Hello everyone, my name is Hsieh-Yu. Today I would like to share with you our paper, a robotic system to dispose of the human waste from patients undergoing chemotherapy. So let's get started. Firstly is our background. We have a background for the chemotherapy, waste. And then we have some legal terms we'd like to share with you first. Firstly is the commode. A commode is a portable toilet where the chemotherapy patient have their toilet business. And a bedpan is something that will be placed beneath the commode to collect the human waste. And then this bedpan will be taken out by the nurse to throw inside this Manipulator and flush away with the human waste. So this is the medical term for this disposal of chemotherapy. And the current practice for this disposal process is that after the patient finished the toilet business, the nurse will deliver the commode into the disposal room, and he or she will take out the bedpan on weighing scale to measure the weight, the human waste, so that they can record it. And after that, they will open the Manipulator and throw the bedpan inside and flush away. So this is the current practice. And then next is our research motivation problem. For one of the motivation for this paper is that because patients undergoing chemotherapy, the human waste normally is toxic. So the nursing staff have to wear something to protect themselves. And this whole entire process, the whole entire disposal process is very cumbersome while necessary. So this is often designed by the clinical staff to be removed. So the goal of this paper is to automate this time-consuming process so that the nurse can focus on the more important stuff such as patient care. So this is our goal. And then robotic system is a potential solution to achieve this goal. So here's our proposal. We have the manipulator system that can take out the bedpan. The second stage is to put the weight bedpan on a weighing scale to measure the weight. And the third stage is to throw the bedpan away inside the Manipulator and flush away. So this is the entire procedure. But one of the research problem is in the first stage of the manipulation. So when the commode is when the bedpan is taken out by the robot from the commode, this is challenging to be robust because the commode has wheels and commode is free to move. So the interaction is highly dynamic. So this is the example of highly dynamic interaction. So as you can see, since the commode can move, the interaction is dynamic. It's hard for the manipulator to robustly take out the bedpan. Secondly, there are tolerances inside the bedpan holder. This is the bedpan holder. It's a structure that holds the bedpan. So as you can see, there are some tolerances. So there are some position arrows inside this tolerance, so that the whole uncertainty will cause the challenge for the robot to take out robustly. So this is our research problem. So these two issues cause the uncertainty when the manipulator takes the bedpan out from the commode. That's why we propose a system to achieve this goal while address these two issues. So here's our proposed system. The first one is the robotic system. The robotic system including URTE as a manipulator. And then we have a Manipulator, we have a commode with the bedpan, and we mount a camera, RGB camera, on the top of the commode facing down. So the good thing about this angle is that the camera won't take the patient's face, so it can protect the patient privacy. And we also have a weighing scale to measure the weight of the bedpan. And then we have a special design for our gripper. The first part is the hooking point to hook the bedpan out, so that it's easier for the gripper to take out, to grasp it. So the second part is the grasping area to grasp the bedpan out. And lastly, we have the proximity sensor to check if the bedpan is taken out successfully. So this is our proposed system to achieve the goal. So next is our proposed algorithm to address the uncertainty issue. So this is a residual reinforcement learning manipulation method. This method is inspired by this paper, Residual Reinforcement Learning for Robot Control. So for general idea for this one is that for robot control, we have a non-dynamic. We can use a traditional method to like PID to control it. And then for the uncertainty part, such as friction, those that is hard to be modeled, they use reinforcement learning to compensate it. They call it compensate the residuals part. So the good thing about this idea is that it can guarantee the performance of the control, and also it can keep the data efficient for the reinforcement learning to train it. So if you are interested in residual reinforcement learning, I highly recommend you to check this paper out. So inspired by this paper, we propose our RL manipulation method based on two parts. The first part is vision-based Coulomb post estimation. We use a traditional vision method to estimate the Coulomb post. So this is a so-called known model. For those unknown model, the uncertainty, we use reinforcement learning to compensate it. In this paper, we use Q-learning, but actually there are many reinforcement learning algorithms can be used. And then this is the general overview. So the details of this algorithm is that we have a desired post for the entire manipulation. And this desired post is composed of three parts. First one, we call it primitive post. A primitive post is a series of posts where the bedpan is hooked and grasped out from the Coulomb successfully. So, and this post is obtained by user, and we use a manual control. In the UR10E means it's a free drive. So in other words, if we don't have the uncertainty part, if the Coulomb is fixed, these two things actually the same. So, but since the Coulomb have the wheels, is free to move, so we need to use the vision to compensate it. And then we also have the reinforcement learning to compensate the uncertainty. So this is the overview idea for the our proposed algorithm. And then this is the overall structure for the proposed method. But we won't go through too much details here. So if you are interested, please check our paper out. So next is our experiments. Our first experiment is the evaluation of our proposed method. Firstly is our training process. Our training process that we will use the UR arm to keep taking and hooking and grasping the bedpan out from the Coulomb. Then based on the Coulomb post, he will try to find what is the good offset that he needs to compensate for the vision post estimation. When the Coulomb is taken out successfully, he will go into the proximity sensor to update the Q table and finish this episode. Then we'll use another Coulomb to start the next episode. So this is the whole training process. After the training is done, this is the results. As we can see, as the number of episodes goes, the number of attempts to take out the bedpan, to successfully take out the bedpan is gradually reduced, especially after 10 episodes. The UR arm just need 1 or 2 attempts that can successfully take out the bedpan. So as we can see here, we just need 34 episodes. The result is kind of stabilized. So this one shows that this whole entire training is done without simulation. So as we can see here, the whole residual reinforcement learning is quite data efficient. And then this is our training results. We randomly place the cohort, and then we compare the method, compare our method and with the traditional vision estimation, cost estimation method without the reinforcement learning. As you can see here, with our proposed method, based on the current post, the reinforcement will find the good offset to compensate it, so that the arm can take out the bedpan by finding the easiest dynamics to take it out. But without reinforcement learning, as you can see, the arm is struggling to take out the bedpan as the dynamic is quite, as the interaction is quite dynamic. So this is the evaluation of our proposed method. And then second experiment is to demonstrate for the entire process. So the entire process that after the nurse will deliver commode, the bedpan will be taken out and put on the weighing scales, and then in the end threw into the miserator. So the whole entire process is complete, and then so that the nurse can do other stuff, then we achieve our goal. So this is our experiment. Lastly is our conclusion. So in this paper, we propose a system to dispose the bedpan from the commode. And the goal of this paper is to replace this troublesome and time-consuming job. But this job normally is necessary. But once this job is replaced, the nursing staff can focus on patient care, which is more important for them. And then to address the uncertainty issue, we propose a method for using the residual reinforcement with the region-based commode post estimation. So then this is our paper. Yeah. Thank you.